Welcome back to the 31st Annual Dominion Christmas Parade on CBS 6.
And good morning. This is the 2014 Dominion Christmas Parade live from the Science Museum of Virginia here in Richmond. I'm Cheryl Miller.
And I'm Rob Cardwell. Time to get things underway. We are kicking off the Dominion Christmas Parade, the 31st annual. And as we always do, we started with the Richmond Police doing a great job. The Richmond Police Motorcycle Unit leading the way as they kick off in front of the crowd. The grandstands there were right in front of the Science Museum of Virginia. You could see that even with a little bit of rain out there, Cheryl, there's quite a crowd.
It will not dampen the spirits today. The umbrellas are up and the smiles are on. A lot of people got excited as they saw everything get ready to go.
Of course, behind them is the Dominion Power banner. This is the Dominion's philanthropic arm, the foundation giving away as much as $20 million a year to charitable organizations. And behind them, the Richmond Parade.
Incorporated balloon arch with Amy and Edwin and Jill and Thomas carrying the banner there.
You're looking at the Richmond International Pace Car that just drove by. RIR hosted NASCAR races since 1953 here in the Richmond area. Here comes the Dominion Christmas Parade banner.
And this is like the perfect place to see the parade at the Science Museum of Virginia. We have two different grandstands here, and they are absolutely filled with people who are enjoying the day and getting ready to welcome in officially the holiday season.
That Richmond Parade Incorporated Children Balloon Arch. That's Amy Barrick, Edwin Barrick, Jill Kovac, and Thomas McNamara. Thanks, guys.
And here comes our first unit in the parade from Richmond Waldorf School, developing children's essential humanities so they develop into world citizens who can create a better future. And our first band in the parade today, this is the Henrico County Public Schools Marching Band, consisting of Glen Allen and Freeman Band. Let's take a listen. Band under the direction of Rob Blankenship, Glen Allen Band under the direction of Alan Hall. Both directors honored as Blue Ribbon School for their music under their direction.
Hey, you might recognize this fellow. That's Richmond-born actor Chad L. Coleman, our 2014 Grand Marshal. And he is from the #1 program on television in the most popular cable series of all time, the Golden Globe-nominated series The Walking Dead.
Also riding on the float today, his brother Don Coleman, who is a pastor at East End Fellowship and chair of Richmond Public Schools School Board, along with Girls from Camp Diva, which is a nonprofit near and dear to Chad Coleman's heart.
Yeah, he was born and raised in Richmond and grew up in the foster care system, so he just loves giving back to the Richmond community. He's got a passion for acting and was inspired after joining an after-school program where he acted in the production of A Wonderful Town, and now he's a big-time star on The Walking Dead.
And of course, part of his program with Camp Diva is the Date with Dad program, connecting fathers and daughters and creating that special bond that most fathers and daughters already have and making it able to enhance it. And this is one of our first big balloons of the day. This is, of course, Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird sponsored by Martin's Food Markets. There are more than 3,200 Martin's associates here in the area. Martin's has a charitable arm as well. They've donated over $1.7 million through its Living Here, Giving Here programs to the Richmond and Williamsburg communities just last year.
All right, Cheryl, this is my man Moose playing with the ball there, and his buddy Bull from the Harlem Globetrotters. They're always coming to Richmond to show the kids a great time and showing off their skills, and they are just doing so many great things for the community here in Richmond. We want to welcome Moose and Bull, and they've been a lot of fun down at the CBS 6 studios over the last couple of days, too.
They have, and the two of them will be back with the entire team at the Richmond Coliseum on Sunday, January 4th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a game. This is called the Revenge Tour, as the Washington Generals try to win their first game against the Harlem Globetrotters in about, I think they told me since the 1970s.
You may recognize Bull from last year there. He's been a Globetrotter since 2008. Manny's got some crazy athletic ability, too.
And
welcome, Moose, and welcome, Bull. You know, he taught me how to do that spin thing with the ball, but I nearly broke my finger trying to practice.
Yeah, he let me do that yesterday, too. That was fun. This is the honorary Grand Marshal of the parade today, Mr. Christmas, along with Snow Bear. That's Frank Hudak, Mr. Christmas, Richmond's own. You know, over the past 40 years or so, Frank has decorated his house out in the West End with over 75,000 lights and assorted lighted figures. He's been collecting donations all those years for the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls, and over that time, they raised over $100,000.
Wow.
You can find the house very easily. It lights up the night sky.
And if you'd like to get in touch with him and learn how you can help other people just like him, you can contact Mr. Christmas via email, and his email is christmashouse2300@gmail.com.
You know, this is a big weekend for Christmas parades. The Petersburg Christmas Parade is coming up a little bit later today. But in the meantime, the Petersburg High School Crimson Wave Band made its way here to Richmond to join us for the parade. They're under the direction of Clyde Boswell, along with Devin Graves, Amaris Franklin, and Anthem Smith. The drum majors are Denasia Bailey, Destiny Taylor, and Kaylin Suttles. The band placed second this year in the Greenville Band Competition. They've competed in Virginia State, Hampton, and Norfolk State Parade competitions that were held this fall as well. The Petersburg High School Crimson Wave Band.
All right, our next unit in the parade is the Dominion Bucket Truck, and it is Christmas time. We want to remind you that last year Dominion provided $1.6 million in energy share assistance to those needing assistance in paying their heating and cooling bills. Dominion recently also named for the 6th year in a row one of the top 100 military-friendly employers by GI Jobs magazine.
And of course, Dominion, the sponsor of today's parade. So we thank them for that.
They do this thing called Project Planet. It's given away more than 250,000 tree seedlings in 8 years to elementary school students, and that's why you see the kids out there helping out with the Dominion truck. Visit dom.com to learn 10 ways that you can save on your winter heating bills.
Next up, as we were coming in today, I saw this wonderful stagecoach and these beautiful horses out here at the Science Museum of Virginia. Of course, this is the trademark of Wells Fargo, the stagecoach. This is sponsored by Wells Fargo Band, the equestrian unit, the 6-horse Concord stage course. Coach, not only the Wells Fargo brand symbol, it is an iconic image that embodies the excitement, the daring, and the courage of the women and the men who settled the western frontier.
Can you imagine going back in time and knowing that was your main source of transportation to get around? Forget GRTC, you had to take the horse and carriage.
I think in that case, ignorance is bliss. If you don't know any better, you get on board and go.
A lot of horsepower, but low gas mileage.
That's right. Wells Fargo and its employees committed to philanthropy and volunteerism. This year, the team volunteers here in Virginia donated more than $1.3 million in contributions through their annual team member community support and their United Way campaign as well.
Those are some beautiful horses. I mean, we've seen different horse groups, equestrian groups from all over the state. Those are some beautiful horses.
And as we often talk about with the Dominion Christmas Parade, this is often one of the few times that people get to see animals like this up close and personal.
Are you a horse rider? Would you like to ride a horse?
I have been on a horse maybe 2 times in my life. I absolutely love horses. I would love to become an equestrian, but maybe at this stage of the game it might be too late. But I do love to watch the horses. They're beautiful.
So nice that they do so much for the community here. And again, it's Christmas time, so we want to highlight a lot of the things that these people do. And just, they donated more than $1.3 million in contributions to the annual Team Member Community Support United Way program, so we want to thank them.
And this now is the group from McKesson Medical Surgical, featuring the folks from Feed More. Of course, that's our area food bank here in the community. During the holiday season, McKesson Medical Surgical helps keep Richmond's hungry in the public eye, as the need for donations this time of year, of course, is especially high. They work with Feed More to help feed the hungry here in Richmond and raise awareness. More than 75 McKesson volunteers assist in managing a dedicated daily Meals on Wheels delivery. And the company consistently ranks as the top 10 corporate volunteer team for Feed More.
Kids are having a good time. I love the orange headbands and the pom-poms.
And the excitement.
They're in the Christmas spirit, aren't they? Very cool. Fighting Hunger, the McKesson sponsorship, providing all that fresh fruit and healthy drink options for all the kids out there.
And if you'd like to donate or volunteer or find out more about Feed More, you can go to feedmore.org.
They're real big into the Brothers and Sisters program. Their mission to provide children facing adversity with strong and enduring, professionally supported one-on-one relationships that can change their lives for the better. I want to thank the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program for helping kids have a great year and a great Christmas season.
Yeah, one of the things they do, this for the second year, McKesson is sponsoring the Children's Lunch, which will be held after today's parade at the Richmond Children's Museum, and will help area children learn healthier eating habits. They provide fresh fruit and healthy drink options and activities that are focused on healthy eating habits. And some of the Harlem Globetrotters will be there at that Children's Lunch with them, so I know they're excited about that.
Yeah, McKesson Medical Surgical, they want us to remind you they're very proud to support their vision of seeing all children achieve success in life. Those kids look like they're on the right path.
They are, and of course, Big Brothers Big Sisters' mission is to provide children facing adversity with some strong and enduring, professionally supported one-on-one relationships, and hopefully make a big difference in their lives.
They put a lot of effort into that float, too. You see, it's like a little toy land there. They got the Jack in the Box and the teddy bears.
And all the big smiles.
And as you can see, that's a Hendrick truck pulling all the floats. They provided all the tow trucks for today, all the vehicles in the Christmas parade. So I want to thank, once again, Hendrick, Dominion Buick GMC, HendrickRichmond.com if you're interested.
And welcoming them to the community as well, because they're new to this dealership and their first time with us in the Dominion Christmas Parade. Which, of course, as we mentioned, this is the 31st annual. First parade was back in 1984, and I remember it was kind of a cold, rainy day that day, too.
Yeah. You know, you still have time to come out, folks. This is running for another 2 hours. There's still plenty of parking down here. A little bit of a spritz out there, so you may want to bring an umbrella or something, but come on down and see us if you're not watching us live on CBS 6 right now.
And if you do come down, the place you want to go is more toward the downtown area, where the parade will wrap up in the 7th and Broad Street area.
Hey, this is the Richmond Volunteer Rescue Squad. And a year ago, they changed its name. For 52 years, it was known as the West End Volunteer Rescue Squad. They were founded back on February 18th, 1960. And members often had to pull their own money to put gas in their own 1955 Cadillac ambulance. They've upgraded since then.
Yeah, they only had one Cadillac ambulance at that time.
Their service to the local community preceded the first paramedics by almost 10 years.
And we talked to Chip Tarkenton a little bit earlier on from Owens and Minor. He mentioned that they have over 1,100 volunteers working the parade today. Some of them getting to ride on Segways. They don't have to walk the 2.5-mile route. Talk about loving the parade. In the past 4 years, Owens and Minor has increased its support from 70 teammates and family members to, as we said, about 1,100 people in the parade today.
You ever ridden a Segway before?
I have not. I have this fear of tipping over.
Yeah, I was surprised when I got a chance to ride one inside the Science Museum of Virginia, and they showed me how the technology works, and it was rather easy. I would love to have one.
One of the things I like about Owens and Minor is they really have a family attitude about the entire workforce there, and they do all seem to have a great time working for the company.
The Owens & Minor Trolleys presented by RVA Historical Tours. They'll take you around Richmond, check things out. Owens & Minor doing so much for the community, not just a major employer, but also with their philanthropic efforts and helping out charity. We want to thank Owens & Minor for their participation in the parade today and for many years.
And again, bringing out a lot of their team members today. This is kind of a team building effort for them today to kind of get together and do something for the community, as is one of the things that the company does on a regular basis.
And I tell you what, they're lucky to have Chip Tarkenton with him, because he just spreads that high personality, that great smile. He just really gets them all fired up down there at Owens & Minor. Thanks, Chip, for talking with us earlier. Those are nice trolleys.
They do. Got a couple of trolleys full. And a big snowman balloon, also sponsored, I believe, by Owens & Minor here today. And right now, we're going to take a quick break in the parade, and you won't miss a thing. We'll be right back with more live coverage of the 2014 Dominion Christmas Parade on CBS 6.